Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are here once again for another episode of Stock Market Review. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot any longer say I'm giving you guys signals. All right. So far from what I saw today, the market is pretty much saying, hey, you know what? We already the movies here, and today we got confirmation. All right, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes to get in. I know some of you guys are just getting in right now. Let's give the folks a couple of minutes to get in real quick. All right, all right, all right. Okay, there you go. I'm seeing you here. Empire Path is here. I know a couple of you, other of you guys are here. If you guys are here, please make sure to smash the like button for me. Share this the live so we can get more people. I appreciate the support I've been getting from you guys. But today it's either you had a great day because you did buy some puts, or it was a painful day because the drop was vicious. The market initially showed that maybe we might do a bit of a push, just like yesterday, and then you know those job numbers came out. People, the market start digesting it, and this is what I told you guys yesterday. No one believes those job numbers. Nobody's buying it. It just does not make any sense. Because remember how we had every single number yesterday was actually positive. Everything was positive, right? And somehow the numbers came out today, and we actually had more people file for unemployment. So it's like the numbers are contradicting themselves. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot more going on. We right near VIX expiration. Also, we're going into a long weekend. There's a lot of geopolitical issues. We don't know what's going to happen in the Middle East. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on, guys. Like I said yesterday again, we have a lot of headwinds, and things are not looking very good. Once again, if you are here, I would love to know where you guys are watching from. Before we get into it, I must remind you guys, nothing, anything I say here is not any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. Understand it is risky to trade, and that includes loss of capital. So make sure you do your own due diligence. And if you don't know how to chart and do your own research, make sure you contact a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. Everything I do is for educational purposes, and I'm translating the stock market to you guys, and letting you know what I am doing personally. All right. Now, that being said, there's no fluffs here, there's no emotions, it's straight chart, there's no BS. We don't do BS here. We're gonna look into the charts, and I'm going to give you guys probabilities. This is a probability game. All right. Nothing is for certain, nothing is 100%. It is strict probabilities. All right. Right now, we're seeing the sell-off is really going into almost every single thing right now. So we saw gold is taking a dump. We saw big tech is dumping. There's a bit of a rotation that happens today, so you might see some consumer staples might have done well today. Another sector that actually crept up a little bit, like almost in the background, not really even not many people talking about it, is actually defense, which is why some people are leaning toward, hey, something bad may be happening in the Middle East, because why is a stock like Lockheed Martin is going up? Right, so you start looking at things like that, and you're like, okay, well, these are like the that's war. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go over the SPX as we typically do, guys. We're going to cover that. If we're looking at that, as usual, it is POP over here. Trust the process. Process over profit. More important. That's more important than ever, as we are seeing what's going on right now. There is a big move being priced in the option market for tomorrow. It is a big move. Tomorrow we get CPI data. All right. So if CPI comes in and inflation is cooling off, so that means now the probability of a rate cut just increased. So we're going to see a big move up. And if we don't have that, I think we might take down this current support zone. This is the support zone I'm talking about. I think we might take that out. And that will be a big problem. That will be a big problem. Because right now you guys can see that. Remember, this is the wedge we have been talking about, right? This is the wedge right here we've been talking about. We lost it here, we reclaimed it, right? So we closed here. This never confirmed and went up. That's the SPX, right? And if you're looking at it here, so we just broke below it, but this is why I'm a little worried. All right? This is why I'm a little worried, guys, because we still have room to pull down a little more, maybe to close there. Because when those moves happen, we closed right on the support line because there was no space to actually give the market to actually go and confirm or accept that direction as of right now. And then that's the daily I'm looking at. And if we look at, even take a look at, this is how bad it is right now. If you take a look at the MACD, even when we bounce back up to go retest the high, we never even bother to squeeze up. Meaning, if you go in the lower time frame, you might see a lot of just going there and just getting like literally playing whack-a-mole. What's really happening? That's distribution. Distribution meaning retail has been conditioned. We have been conditioned as retail traders to buy the dip, and this is something that has worked many, many, many times. Unfortunately, those dips are typically very hard and very painful. So people are considering those as dips they want to buy because the number's big, right? So the number's big. I'm going to zoom in just to talk to you guys straight up. There's a difference between when the S&P 500, let's say, is at or SPY is at 400 and it's down 400 points, or let's say 10 points. If it's down 10 points for the day, it's at 400. That's a 10% drop. But when the S&P is currently at, 600, almost nearly 700, and then you get something like that happens where it goes down 10 points for the day, it's only 1%. So it's not really, the number seems big, but it's not really a big a pullback, right? It's not really a big pullback. There's not a correction yet. We're still making little 1 to 2% move. Remember, corrections is up to 20. So that means we can drop another 18 points and not really be like in a bear market or anything like that, but it's just correction. So this is what I'm talking about. And is it possible that we might be getting a correction? I think it is likely we are getting a correction pretty soon. So anyway, if you look at the 4 hours, while I have that up right there. Looking at the 4 hours, you guys can see we have a bearish divergence right on the MACD. Once again, this is the things I was talking about. Like, hey, if we do that, and it seems like we might curl below, making a bearish divergence. That was one of the cases that I gave you guys. Yes, the probabilities I gave you guys yesterday. And guess what we did? We did exactly that. We did exactly that. And then we just got pushed down, and right now we are below the trend line right now. Now, this is the SPX. The SPX chart looked a little different. So the SPX is telling us, as of right now, we do not have what I refers to as acceptance or confirmation for a move down, even though it was a pretty violent move. Fair disclosure, um, I closed out the initial puts that I had because I was making very, very good profits on those. So I closed those yesterday, and I opened cheaper just some puts because I wanted to capture the profit. But then again, before the close, I decided that I was going to put puts on. Why did I do that? Let's take a look at it. This is the reason why. What do you guys see here? First of all, we can consider this as a double top, right? Everyone can see it. It's a double top. Now, why did I do that? I noticed this. I sent that a little late in the community, guys. I sent it a little late because that move developed very late. That's why that came out a little later. But if we are looking at that, you guys can see what we did here. Literally was a bear flag, and then we broke out of the flag. That's in the 30 minutes. We broke out of that, which means the higher probability is still a move down. Now we are near support level, which might hold it, right? That might hold it. Is it? Can it sustain that hold? I don't know. We'll see. But I think if CPI numbers comes in hot tomorrow, I think we're going to slide through this like butter. That's what we did today. This slide through all these support levels so easily, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Today, while I was trading futures, I keep waiting for a pullback, and this market says, nah. It's either you got in early or we just going. That was pretty much what happened, right? Looking at the 2 hours again, the 2 hours is course down. We hoping again. Okay, all we can do right now is, and you know, guys know how much I hate the word hope when it comes to technical trading. We can hope for certain things, but what this is what the chart is telling me. The chart is telling me down, just like I have been warning you guys this entire time. What have I been doing? Warning you guys and saying, hey, I don't like what I'm seeing here. It sort of looks like we cannot take this level, and most likely we are going to drop. And I even gave you guys some example, because you know how they say the stock market doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, or just like it's what they talk about history. You guys can see what happens here, right? This is the exact same thing that happens right in this area, right there. Look at that. It is almost, look at what that does. This is almost identical to what we are seeing up there. Almost identical to what we are seeing. Okay? And we have all that there. Let me move that out of the way. Almost identical to what we are seeing. Okay? Now, if I want to, let's go take a look and see once that whole move develops and the market finally took a direction. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely going down, but I'm just saying right now this is probability wise, this is what seems to be in play. Last time we finally had that and we had a push down, we literally dropped 21%. All right, that was a 21% drop before we bounced. It never closed below 21%, so it was never considered a bear market. So it was just how would you call it? It was just a bit of not retracement, but a correction. All right. Again, if we want to go back to early 2022, late 2021, we did this exact same shenanigan right there, exact same shenanigan, and then we went below. Once we went below, eventually this is what happened, and you guys could see that. That was the bear market of 2022. Let me see how far down did we go as far as percentage. We went down 24%. We got into bear territory because we actually closed below that 20% level, which would have been like right here. So the fact that we closed there, so officially that was a bear market. All right. Now going right back and let's stay in the present. Going right back there, you guys can see what's going on. I just wanted to cover the SPX because it's a bit cleaner, but let's go in the SPY, which is what most of you guys trade. So if we go in the SPY, this is the lines that we had from the liberation lows all the way up there. And we have this line. That's the one we had. Let me see if I let me just take that off. Take these off. What I was telling you guys, for us to be able to move up, we need to take this resistance level. Look at that right here. Actually, let me just use a different tool so that shows perfectly for you guys. I'm going to use a different tool to show that. There you go. So we had right here, and right here. We tried again, can't take it. We tried again here, another one. Like, how many rejections are we going to get? All right, so this is why you cannot completely stay in those. This is a lot of warning, right? I mean, typically the stock market does not give that many warnings before something happens, but this has been warning us for a long time. But again, why? It was because we were inside of that wedge. So you guys can see those. This is retail traders coming in and buying in. Look at the selling. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see this properly. So you guys could see the volume coming in. When let me just zoom in. Look at the difference in the volume on days the market pushes up and the days the market is actually selling. You can see every time we're pushing up, the volume is actually low. We're pushing up on low volume. So that's retail traders getting very happy. Hey, I find this as a is the good old saying that hey, if you like this stock at this price, then what about that price? But again, it is that price, but where exactly is the sector? Where exactly is the market? And every single time we got to this level, right? Every single time we got to this level, look at the volume of those selling days. They are massive. Look at today, massive. All right. So these are the things we need to look at. We cannot take this level. And if I'm not mistaken, this goes. I draw this with you guys. It's actually a channel. We are on top of the channel. This is a channel that goes all the way back to 2020. You can see how we hold, we hold. Okay, so this is the best way I can explain it to you guys. You see how we just stay here and we sort of like hug it and keep trying to go down, go down. We can't. And eventually, what did we do? We pushed up eventually. That's what happens. It is the exact same thing that's happening here. We keep trying and trying. We can see it here as well. We tried and tried and tried. We could not move up. Eventually, we dropped. So, what exactly is most likely to happen at this level? We tried and tried and tried, and most likely, eventually, we will drop. All right, and look at the MACD. Let me squeeze that up. We are way overbought, and right now we are pointing straight down. We are pointing straight down right now. Anyway, by the way, if you guys are here, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to smash the like button for me. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If you have any questions, if you want me to look at a quick stock for you, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not gonna go into five, six different stocks, but if you have a specific stock, I would appreciate that. You can leave it there. If you have any questions, also let me know. I also want to address you guys directly again. Um, if you are not yet following and you really enjoy the kind of content I'm putting out, make sure to like and subscribe to those lives and those videos. Make sure to drop me some comments. Keep posting comments, guys. For those of you guys emailing me, I think somebody had asked me on one of the comments, asked me if I could say hello in Vietnamese, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to butcher that. Okay, I tried. I can't get it right. So I'm gonna stay away from it. But I'm just gonna let you know I did see your message. I do appreciate you watching, and just make sure to share the video with anybody else. But if you're here right now, live with me, make sure to make sure to smash the like button for me. All right. Let's get right back into the charts. Let's get right back into it. So I'm going to go back. Let's see. We look at the daily already. Now, if we go into 4 hours, right? 4 hours, the MACD, you guys already see it for the SPX. This is what this thing looks like, man. As of right now, what life do we see? We have none. None. We don't have any life. We don't have anything and whatever. And at this point, for me, that possible move, what I was talking to you guys about, right? That will be here and there. That move is officially canceled. Right? Why is it canceled? You guys can see the support level for the right shoulder has been violated. Once that is violated, it is no longer an inverted head and shoulder pattern. This no longer comes into play. We need to look and see, okay, what are the possibilities that could be happening at this time? All right. So that was violated, and you guys can see that. Now, when I was intraday, trading intraday, right? How did I spot this was something that I was going to have a hard time? You can easily just draw a trend line and you can see exactly what's happening in the trend line. This is the trend line. If we are to bounce back up, which I think eventually we will, most likely this is what I'm looking at for us to go and find our footing. We might drop all the way to this level, like around those levels. Why? Because that would then create a falling wedge, which might give us a bit of a boost to sort of like try to bounce up a little bit. All right. So now I'm looking at a falling wedge. If we have a falling wedge, that's actually pretty good. It's just that in the short term, it might be painful in the short term. But then again, we have to wait and see how price react. If we ever get down to this level, I'm going to leave this on the chart. I'm going to leave this here just to see if we do get down to this level and we don't bounce straight up. See how the market reacts, the price action reacts right around these levels. All right, but these things are like textbook. You guys know I love trading with trend lines and falling wedge and patterns. Like I love those. I love those patterns. All right. Now let's check in the 2 hours. Again, 2 hours are is still showing no life. Even the after hours market. Now overnight seems to be doing a little something, but nothing really happening. As you guys can see, this is the 30 minutes, and that really give us like a bit of a window right into what's happened, what might happen going into tomorrow. But once again, this is we're looking at a possible drop all the way down to this level and possibly all the way up to this level. This is what we are looking at. This is a big range. This is a we're talking about a nice little move. Once again, a possible $8 to $11 move. That's what we are looking at. That's what's priced in. It doesn't mean you have to stay inside of it, but it is a possibility. All right. Um, and again, hopefully this is what the best case scenario is. In the overnight market, we have a big drop, and then CPI numbers come in. It's very very good, and then we bounce back. Maybe we does. You know what? That would be great if we could do that, since that would be used as a left shoulder. Come here, test this level, do that, and do this so we can come up. That's the best case scenario. How likely is that to happen? I am doubtful because first of all, people don't even trust the numbers, right? That's our biggest and first issue. People simply do not trust the numbers. All right, so that's a real issue. Anyway, let's check and see what exactly the cues are doing. What did I show you guys yesterday? See, that pattern is still here. It was a head and shoulder pattern. I drawed it for you guys. I yesterday I did when the market opened, when it went to this level, when the at market open, when you see that level fail, you guys could have gotten in and still catch this entire move. You could have caught, let me see, this is a 15-point drop. Let's say you don't even stay for the whole 15, right? Let's say you only buy one contract. I mean, the risk reward ratio in that was just crazy, right below this level. All right. Again, since I just mentioned that, I have to keep mentioning that there guys, because yesterday I had a strike for some violation and whatever. My video was actually taken down, so I must remind you guys. Nothing I see here is any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. This is just me showing you guys what I'm seeing in the market and what I am doing. Make sure you do your own homework. you investing at your own risk. If you don't know how to invest, how to trade in the stock market, which might include loss of capital, make sure to contact a financial advisor. I am not the financial advisor. This is strictly for educational purposes. Maybe at some point you can start doing your own due diligence and things like that. All right. Thank you again, guys, for being here. I gotta keep thanking you guys for that. I do appreciate it. Let's take a good look at gold as well, also dumping. So now we have the sell off is really broadening right now. And to me, that's a problem. There is no safe haven. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. Everything was just selling off. Besides, as I said, just a few, very few companies actually were doing well. I believe T-Mobile did okay. Costco did well, and I did close my call on Costco. I did took profit on T-Mobile. I will show you guys what I was talking about. You can see when I got in. So unfortunately, Shake Shack, which was one of those that I had, not sure what happened with this company, but Shake Shack went straight down today. But anyway, gold is dropping, silver is dropping. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Let's go on BTC to see what we're looking at, and Bitcoin is actually still selling off. Bitcoin is still selling off, but now we actually close below that little bit of support level. We just closed below that, which I really don't like either. Let's see. Look at the 4 hours. Once again, what are you guys seeing here? The what we're seeing happening right here is the same thing that happened right on this level. Look how similar that is. Same thing that happened at this level right there. Same thing that happened sort of like here. We are having the same thing. We're just doing a bear flag, and it just seems like it's going to be a long bear flag. That is all that's happening. Nothing really. All right. I drew it to you for you guys. You guys see it. This is what's happening with Bitcoin. It's unfortunate. I understand a lot of you guys do have hold things on do hold cryptos, and if you do, it is a painful time. It is a pain. If you trade in it, you should have been out already. That was for me. The ones that I trade, just getting get out, are already out. The things that I bought, I had already had stop losses to put me out for some stuff and whatever. I'm just holding some, and I'm gonna start DCAing, just buying a few things here and there. But there's no backing up the truck for me. But if we do drop on Bitcoin way down, say, I mean, even here is not bad, but if we drop way down to this level, around like around the 50s, I think this would be a good opportunity to buy on Bitcoin. 50s, 40s, great opportunities. All right. Just wanted to show you guys real quick what the market is currently doing in the overnight market. So this is the SPY, I mean the ES, that's the futures market. Let me go on the daily. This is the futures market, and you guys could see exactly what's happening in the futures market. Right now, this is the overnight market. It seems like we have a little bit of trying to pull up a little bit, but we're not doing anything significant, right? So what we did was we went and closed below that, and we're just consolidating right there. It looks like that, hey, the market is sort of green right now, but that's not convincing. There's no momentum. There is nothing. All the chart is telling me right now is we're going down. Again, I must remind you guys about the VIX, because what the VIX is saying, because the VIX popped, right? Let's go to take a look at the VIX. I remember yesterday I was talking to you guys, and I'm like, hey, I do not like the VIX. I don't like what the VIX is doing. I don't like it. The fact that, see, that's the trend line I drew for you guys. So we had this trend line, and we had that 4 hour wedge pattern. I showed you guys that, hey, it seems like we just did a break and retest, and I don't like what's happening. And if you look at that as of right now, all of this spell what? Bad news. All of that spells bad news. I don't like it. It spells bad news. And if we can actually break the neckline, if we break the neckline, this might get very ugly very, very quick. And right now, it actually is crossing up in positive territory, which showing that, hey, there's momentum for us to move up. And this thing is creating some sort of like a bull flag on top of that. Look at that. Just a bull flag consolidation as of actually it just broke above. Can it sustain it? We shall see. But this is the other side. I always tell you guys it's probabilities and you have to constantly assess both sides. What exactly happens whenever the VIX is over 10? I kept telling you guys all the time, in case you forgot, whenever the VIX pop more than 10%, today it was 17%, meaning there's an 85% chance we have either a green, we have a green day over the next two trading sessions. That's what the VIX is saying. We have a possibility of having something like that. All right. And I want you to keep in mind, if for whatever reason tomorrow we come in, we have a pop. Let me just rephrase. If tomorrow, when we come in, we have cooling CPI data, which I'm being upfront with you guys, I will not believe. All right. I'm gonna get into it why I won't believe it. But if we do, I'm not going to buy anything going into a long weekend. Remember, Monday is a holiday. So Monday is a holiday, meaning the market is not open on Monday. So I'm not going to buy any short dated call or whatever it is. I'm not going long going into a long weekend. There's too many uncertainty going on. And keep in mind the most important thing, some of the biggest green days you're going to have are when the market is actually on a drawdown. Sort of like on a retracement, sort of pullback retracement, correction, whatever you want to call it. These are typically the biggest green days you typically get. They come in fast, and they just traps. All right. So now, could they have been a trap? We'll see. We will see if the market confirms tomorrow. Right. So, because we don't know yet, is that a trap? Are we ready? I do believe it's starting based on what the chart is showing me. I think we are starting to head in the wrong direction. If you are bold, right? But just remember, we can get pops. We can get pops, and when people are fearful and people are scared, these are typically when the market comes in and humbles you. You'll get some crazy um, squeeze sometimes. That's what happens whenever people don't expect it. Now, one of the reason I think I talked to you guys about that. We haven't gone over that for a while. How is it the fear and greed index still not negative? That's retail traders. That's people like us, guys. And we need to stop that because you can see the big money is leaving. They are de-risking. They're raising cash. Warren Buffett talking about this is the largest cash chest they've had ever in the history of Berkshire Hathaway. All right. So why should we be fully invested when people who knows a lot more than us, right? And they do know a lot more than us. They don't have the same information. They have better, more accurate information than we will ever have, right? If they doing that, because I've been talking to you guys about that. Say the market is giving all those signs, but people are not fearful. By the way, the way this gauge that is based on how much how retail trader behavior, like the order flow, the percentage of people actually going long, and percentage of people going short or just selling or buying puts or whatever. So that's what this pretty much is checking. Anyway, well, guys, I have to go meet with those guys in the community. I appreciate you guys tuning in. As usual, I hope I can give you guys some nuggets that makes your life easier. If you are day trading, if you are watching certain things, I hope you can learn a few things here and there from me. This is why I'm here. I want to remind you guys again. I want to give a shout out. I know I didn't do that, but I'm gonna start doing that now. I wanna shout out to Woden, that's part of the community, who passed his 50K futures challenge with Apex today. I wanna give you a shout out on that. Good job, well done, beautiful trade. I will see you tomorrow in the I will see you tomorrow in the live trading sessions. Again, if you are interested in trading and passing your evaluations, those futures evaluation, I contact me. I do have a program for that. I am helping people passing. I actually trade that myself as well. So you would be in there with me. You come in. Exactly. I have my own plan and whatever, and I will make sure you pass a couple of them. All right. This is what I do. As long as you follow the process, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. All right. Well, actually, I have one more. I have a question. Last time you said a reversal might happen, maybe end of the month. Is that sentiment still the same? Um, because it took us time to go down. Because at this point, I thought we would be doing the reversal right now, but the market has been resilient because retail traders keep the market up. The market has been resilient, and there are a lot of things that happens that um, change the landscape. So the narrative has changed. I didn't think um, the administration would be, in my opinion, all right, cooking the books as far as the numbers, which is great to make try to make. I mean, might make him look great in the short term, but it's actually pretty bad for the market. Why? If the job market is as solid as they claim it is, and I don't believe it is. Go out there and talk to people that's looking for jobs. Ask them how long are they looking for jobs, right? And you will see that. Go on the internet and check about to see how many companies are announcing massive layoffs. You will see it's a bunch of them. How many companies are filing for bankruptcies? How many companies are just completely closing their doors, right? So you can see all of that, and the fact that the job numbers came out, and it's so interesting. Every single number was actually a better than expected actual number of 1/10 of a percent. Every single one, except the job number itself, which was exactly double what it's supposed to be. But every single thing was 1/10, and this is why the big money does not trust it, right? And you can see that by the way the price action and things like that. So no, as of right now, I can't make any decision on that because as of right now, I feel like we're sort of like in the dark, and there's a lot of things that needs to clean up. Now, things may change, right? Because I thought at this point we would have been already going down. We would have already been down. We would have been recovering from the pen. We haven't had the pen yet. We just haven't. All right. If I take a quick look and I show you guys one more time before I wrap this up. If I go on the weekly, if I go on the weekly, we're still right there. Look, this is where we are. Look at that. There has not been a move. So when I talk about a reversal, well, for us to have a reversal, we would have to have had a drop. We never had the drop to get that reversal. Therefore, we can't reverse. All right. That being said, I gotta go, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Sleep tight, guys. Tomorrow, remember to make sure you guys follow the process. Stick with your plan. Stay disciplined. Get green. Get out. It's Friday. Don't waste time in the market for too long. See what the market is giving you. If there's nothing, don't take anything. Don't get bored and take trades. I will see you guys tomorrow. And for those of you guys in the community, I am about to jump on Teams right now. I will see you guys there. We can talk more and talk about strategies and a few other things. Take care.